Hello and welcome to jasonnewland.com. My name's Jason Newland. Hope you're well. Please only listen when you can safely close your eyes. And this is Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Viddy's doing his... Viddy's doing his normal thing in the background. Not quite sure why he has to do that every time I make a video or make a recording, but there you go. Just to let you know that I have... If you're listening to the podcast, I've also got this on YouTube. So you can click on YouTube, maybe if you go on there, subscribe. Please. And if you're watching on YouTube, let you know I've also got podcasts where you can listen to my recordings. I do 6 different versions, 1 with music, 1 without music, 5 and 10 hours with music, 5 and 10 hours without music. So it gives you a little bit of variety. Also got, and I'm on all the different apps, all the different podcast apps. If you struggling to find me or maybe you can't find the latest recording, if you go to my website, jasonnewland.com, all the latest stuff is on there. And if you want to find my podcasts on your particular chosen favorite podcast app, such as Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever, Deezer or wherever, Luminary, just go to my website, in the menu, click on whichever app is the one you want to listen to me on, click on that, and then the list of podcasts will be on there. Click on that and that'll take you there. Then you can just subscribe or follow or whatever. Also, I have a Facebook group called Jason Newland's Boring Group. That wasn't a very good jingle, was it? Ah well. I've got 206 people. So please, I'd like, if possible, by the end of this year to have at least 207. That's my target. Let you know tomorrow is Q&A Friday time again on Let Me Bore You to Sleep. So if you've got any questions between now and tomorrow, because it's now Thursday, please go to Jason Newland's Boring Group on Facebook and you can post a question. Thank you. Oh, my stomach's gurgling. That's weird. It's kind of strange how the camera, I already started this recording, but the camera, I can't see myself. It gets a little bit fuzzy at times, and the lighting, I've not changed the lights. I don't think just looked right into that one. Now with my eyes closed, I can still see the ring. I'm talking about the light, not Vinny. That's weird. So today, I suppose I did do some. I can't even remember. I'm going to have to look at my laptop. Sorry. It's very amateurish, is it, of me? So I don't know what I did today. What did I do today? I know partially what I did. 13th. So, itchy ear. I uploaded yesterday's... What? That's weird. 13th. That doesn't make sense to me. it's the 13th today, but according to this, I uploaded Increased Comfort ASMR. But that was yesterday, wasn't it? And then there is the Let Me Bore You to Sleep from yesterday. I uploaded that. Blimey. That hasn't got a lot of views. And I did a Deep Sleep Whisper Hypnosis recording, number 523, called Being Here Now. So that's uploaded and produced, or available on YouTube. And there is a 10-hour version being processed as we speak. So I'm not sure what I've been doing. I mean, I know what I've been doing, but I think I've been working on that stuff. So I did that recording earlier, Being Here Now, Deep Sleep Whisper. You might like it. That's all I'm saying. You might like it. You might enjoy it. It's worth a go. Of course, I say of course, but as I always do, they are also released on my podcasts. Now, the Let Me Bore You to Sleep don't get a lot of traction on YouTube, but on my podcast they do. But the Deep Sleep Whisper Hypnosis recordings get busy on both YouTube and my podcasts, because this week, so I just say the last 7 days, Deep Sleep Whisper Hypnosis has come into second place on my podcast chart. Number one is Hypnosis for Sleeping Deeply. That's the one that has all of my recordings on. Every time I do a new recording, it's on there. Second is Deep Sleep Whisper Hypnosis. And third is Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Let Me Bore You to Sleep is normally second. Third is Stress and Pain Relief. Then there's fourth rather, Stress and Pain Relief. Fifth is Relax and Sleep Hypnosis Daily. Let Me Bore Your Pain Away next. Then Stop Smoking Hypnosis. Chronic Pain Hypnosis. Relaxation for Stress and Panic Attacks. Jason's Bedtime Story Time. Jason's Bedtime. Sleepy Boring Objects. And there's a few other ones there as well. Let Me Bore Your Pain Away. Let Me Bore Your Phobia Away. So they're all, that's just in the last 7 days. The last 30 days, let's have a look. I reckon, Hypnosis for Sleeping Deeply and Let Me Bore You to Sleep. And then Deep Sleep Whisper Hypnosis. And then Relax and Sleep Hypnosis Daily. So that's kind of the order. After, I mean, it's quite a big, I get at least twice as many listens of the Hypnosis for Sleeping Deeply than I do for the Let Me Bore You to Sleep. And I get probably 1/3 more Let Me Bore You to Sleep than I do Deep Sleep Whisper, although that's starting to change. So come on, Let Me Bore You to Sleep fans, get listening. I miss you. I mean, yesterday, Hypnosis for Sleeping Deeply, Let Me Bore You to Sleep, Deep Sleep Whisper. So Deep Sleep Whisper in that order. But today, Deep Sleep Whisper, number 2. It's creeping up by quite a lot, actually. In fact, there's less. There's about 50 between them. Did you hear that weird noise? Wasn't me. Actually, my voice, my tummy is rumbling. I wonder if that means it's time for a, time to go and release one. I don't know. So yeah, that's going all right. YouTube is going good. Stop flapping your ears, Vinny. I've even got more subscribers. I've now got 1,465 subscribers. And that's gone up. I mean, yesterday I had 1,459. I know it's not a lot, but I've got 6 new subscribers. The day before that, 1455, 1459, and 1465. So it's gone up, in the last month, last 28 days, it was 1426. 30. Okay, I realise I'm not really going to compete with Mr. Beast. Not just yet, or ever, but it's fine. It's fine for what I do, and I would like, I don't know, I would like to have at least 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If I can have more, even better. If I can reach the 100,000, that'd be cool. Because I think once you reach 100,000, you get a plaque from YouTube. Would just be so cool, groovy, and all that stuff. And I mean, if I'd have continued, if I'd have spent the last... Oh no, he's talking about YouTube again. I think we'll have to give this one a miss and listen to tomorrow's one. Hopefully he won't talk about YouTube. No, I'm not going to talk about YouTube all the way through it. I'm just mentioning it. But you talk about it too much. You get too stuck on subjects. So, sorry. Blimey. Well, let me just finish what I was saying. And, when I got out, when I stopped doing YouTube back in 2014, if I'd have carried on until now, I very much likely would have had possibly hundreds of thousands of subscribers. But I didn't, so that's the way it goes. But it would have been cool to have a plaque. Does he have to make so much noise, though? So the thing is, it's probably time for him to have some din-dins. But I'm going to try and hopefully he'll just, if I just keep talking, he'll be distracted by something. And then I can just carry on with this. If he jumps onto the chair, maybe goes to sleep. No, he's looking on the table for something to steal. What's he found? Where is it? He's always up to something. You see him there, he's just like, what's he looking for? So I've started with the videos. Oh, back on YouTube? No, I'm just talking about the videos themselves. I've started to try and add a few little bits and bobs, like a subscribe button and just little bits, little flashes up and down at the beginning, and just a few little bits and bobs. He's staring at me. Can you please make Vinny stop staring at me? I don't know what to do when he stares at me. Just like, I feel like I've got to do my Vinny cam again. I can't be bothered though, because the camera's over there. When did I do that? Was it the day before yesterday, or was it last night? Might have been last night. I can't remember. I do so many recordings at the moment. But it's Vinny, stop staring at me. He's still staring. Stop it, Vin. What? What? Like kangaroo. What was the kangaroo's name? Wally. Was it Wally? Something the bush kangaroo. Skipper. That's it, Skipper. Come on, Skipper. I try to remember all these different animal names. You got the dolphin. Not howler. It's not stinky. They call him Flipper. Yeah, Flipper. Then you got the kangaroo, Skipper. You got the dog, Lassie. There's the horse, which was Black Beauty. Was there any others? A horse, a dog, a kangaroo, and a dolphin. I mean, that's a lot. Was there any other helpful animals? Genuinely can't remember. There might have been. I watched all those programs. I used to love Flipper. I think it's because it was set on a... Was it set in Australia? But it was like really lovely ocean and beaches, and it was kind of really... I think I just whistled then when I spoke. But yeah, I liked it. I used to watch that in about 1986, and I was working in a chip shop. Vinny, what are you doing? Stop it, please. He stopped, good. So other than making the recordings, you might want to check out the recording I did earlier. You might. I actually re-listened to parts of it, and it actually made me laugh. I know, it's weird. Unintentionally. So the other thing I needed to do today was... There's two things that I was going to do for my neighbour. First of all was to get him, attach his showers, his like shower thing to his bathroom taps, or to the bath taps. And then call up the council and get them to come out and fix his bathroom light. And then I think it was like sorting out his washing. So I went round and I did. See, I'm not really a DIY not an expert of anything, but I'm not never been really into the whole kind of, what's the right word? Tinkling with things and putting up shelves and stuff like that. It's just not what it's not my thing, really. Home improvements, I think that's what I was looking for, that word, or those two words. But he asked me to put it up, so I put it up. I opened the box, and it's in bits. Why couldn't they just have it all set up? Just put it in a box, have it all connected. But no. And, I mean, of course I didn't look. I know enough about home improvements and DIY to know that you never look at the instructions. I know enough about that. I'm not much of a man, but I know that that's definitely a part of being a man, is to not look at instructions. So I'm trying to figure out how to put this thing together. And some of it seemed obvious, but I was missing a bit. But that was in the plug, that kind of, because there was all these little bits falling everywhere. I thought it was going to be one of those plastic things that you put over the tap, and then you, like, it has a metal thing around, and you screw it in to tighten it around the tap. Because I've seen those before. My tap, I've got a shower connected to my tap in the bath, but mine is one of those that's all set up, and you pull it up and pull it down, and it's not a power shower, it's not an electric shower, but it is connected to the bath taps properly. So it's not separate, it's all connected. I imagine it wasn't connected, someone put it in themselves. I could have had a power shower, I suppose. I just never really got around to it. Maybe I'll wait until I'm 90. Only 4 years to go. So I went round there, and it wasn't one that you put over the tap and like screw in the metal bit so it tightens. What it was this thing that you put over the tap, and it had like this Velcro wrap belt thing that goes around the tap and sort of keeps the thing on, keeps the hose thing onto the tap. And I first started to put it on, and it wasn't going on. I had to kind of really force it on, because it didn't go on easily. It was real proper, like, I had to put a little bit of effort in. And I don't like putting effort into anything. But this, what can I do? I can just like walk out and say, nope, too hard, you do it yourself. But no. So I did it, and it seemed to work out okay. The one bit I struggled with, there was the long bit that attached to the handle, the bit where the water comes out of. So I attached that okay, fair enough. I attached the nozzle bits to go on to the taps, those okay. And that attached and that all attached to the big long nozzle. But to connect that nozzle to the hand, the thing, the hand thing, just wasn't happening. And I was looking everywhere. Well, not everywhere. I mean, I wasn't walking through the streets, knocking on people's doors. Can I just search your basement, please? Like, no. It's going to be around where I was. And what it was in the end, something needed to screw over, but it's already connected to the metal hose. So it's basically putting it on and pushing it down and then just screwing it on. Now, I had a visual when I was explaining this to you. You might not have had the same visual in your own mind as what I just said. But it went on, works beautifully. Probably the best home improvement adventure I've ever experienced. Got it done. And while I was kind of doing that, I was on hold to speak to the council to get his light fixed, his bathroom light fixed. And they came round. They said, well, we're going to come round. We'll have to come round during the day because we won't be able to do it at night. And they came round this afternoon and they fixed that as well. Yay! It's good, isn't it? So that's another 2 things sorted. Other than that, that's it. That was I took him out a couple of times. I had a weird one actually, because I woke up about 5. It's about normal for me. I'm sure I already uploaded the video, or maybe I just processed the video, but I hadn't uploaded it until this morning. Yeah, that's probably what happened. I was processing it after editing it last night. Then this morning, I started to upload this is yesterday's Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Started to upload those onto the podcasts. And now I'm trying to keep up to date with the podcast that's attached or connected to Spotify, because I got a little bit lax with that and they weren't being updated. Well, I wasn't updating them, I don't think. Well, I know I wasn't, but I just don't want to take responsibility for it. It's not my fault that I didn't do what I was supposed to. It should all be back to normal now. Wonder if I'm going to update. Have I got any more? 1465? No, still the same. I think what it is YouTube is a bit of a novelty for me again. Because this is the first time, the last month really, or since the end of December maybe, I started making videos again. And I didn't really do regular videos for years and years and years and years. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to wait until I look really old and unappealing, and then, you know, when I ask people to close their eyes, they're like, oh, thank goodness for that. Whew. You know, either you look at me or you close your eyes and become deeply relaxed. And people are just zonking out like, oh. That's the noise I imagine people make when they're relaxed. Might not be. So yeah, it was just... See, there's no point me doing it if I'm not interested. Does that make sense? So I know some people like the deep sleep whisper, some people like the hypnosis, some people like the let me bore you to sleep. Maybe some people like all of them. It's a balancing act. Well, you know, I kind of figure if I do one of each maybe not every day, but, you know, roughly every day, it should kind of cover what needs to be done. And I'm sorry, darling. I just trod on him. Well, I didn't tread on him, I just moved my foot. So that's kind of where I am with this. I'm trying to up my game a little bit. And I think it's an age thing for me. It's looking back, because I'm coming up to 10 years of living in this flat. And I look back over those 10 years and, you know, what have I achieved? I mean, technically I've done all right as far as the podcasts have definitely grown over that time, and I've been doing the Let Me Bore You to Sleep since 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So that's 7 years. So I've been doing this I think it's next month, so it'll be 7 years. I've been making recordings and videos for 19 years now. So, you know, it's okay, but just... I felt a little bit like for a while, maybe for 3 years, I don't know, I felt like I was a little bit in limbo. In some ways I feel like the last 10 years I've not made the most of it. And now I want to try and get some stuff done. I mean, there's not really enough hours in the day to accomplish what I'd like to accomplish. I got a really lovely message the other day. Let me read it to you. Okay, dear Jason. It doesn't say dear Jason, but it just says, I don't think I ever told you how grateful I was for the self-harm video, and I wanted to come by and tell you that I still haven't harmed after watching the video for a week every day. I've replied, this was on Monday, just gone. It's like, it's sort of a lovely message just out of the blue. I'm not 100% sure what the recording was. So I had a little look. But I will say hello to Aska as well, if you're around, and also to Cara and Kathleen and Emil and Ben and Ken and Megan and Jackie and Jove and Molly, Boston, Ashley, Brooke, Paul, Caroline, Jody, Jen, Alex, Kissy, Heidi, Gemma, Christine, Tammy, Georgie, Hillary, Ash, Diana, Brittany, Leslie, Kerry, Matthew, Nancy, William, Emma, Barry, Beth, Ella, Belinda, Ines, Samantha, Joel, Joanne, Rebecca, Minky, Mike, Julie, Lindsay. I'm just going through lots of different people who just sent me messages over the years. I don't get many Facebook messages really, although I have been getting messages on YouTube. Yeah, he mentioned it again. I've got messages on YouTube, so where are they? These are the latest messages on YouTube. Let me read them out to you. I'll do them from now until I'll go backwards. Happy YouTube birthday, Jason. That's from @Frefos. Thank you. Christine says congratulations on your 18th. Love you and Vin. Love you too, Christine. Thank you. Soren Abul. I'm just going to read out the names on YouTube, tag names or whatever. I see the dog is still enjoying his brownies ice cream. Yes. Thank you for boring us from Joette3148. Thank you. And Knight B100MS. Love your whisper. Thank you. At IIAMM. No, at IIAMM_TI. To be fair, I can't see that very well from here. Love the dedication, definitely subscribing. Thank you. That's from 15 hours ago. Christine writes, love this one. That was for the cold neighbours. That was Let Me Bore You to Sleep a few days ago. Love this one. Lots of information about your early days, and you're right. Sometimes all we need is a biscuit. You're a godsend to the people where you live. Thanks again for your recordings. I love listening to you. Well, thank you, Christine. That's very kind of you. This is nice, isn't it? So now I can read messages out, because I don't get hardly any feedback on the podcasts. So that's one of the good things about YouTube is, you know, I can read out the messages and I can see the messages. yeah, so if you want to send me a message, go to YouTube. You can post a message. I mean, it's just nice just to get a little bit of comments and stuff. Here we go, Mobile Salon 2872. I love it. And that was for the Try and Keep Your Eyes Open challenge. Thank you. Dimitri, let me think of a job I've ever wanted to be at. Okay, that was a title. Your videos always make me more relaxed and calmer. Jason, hope you had a nice pizza. Oh, this is Saturday. Was it Saturday? Let me bore your pain away. Hope you had a nice pizza and a great time for yourself after recording this one. Lots of love and a nice week to you and Vinny, who's recently decided to start singing too. Yes, he has, hasn't he? Yeah. That must have been from Saturday. It says 3 days ago. Maybe I released it on Sunday. Maybe you posted it on Sunday. I did make a recording and then I watched boxing. And I will be doing the same on this Saturday. And I will be doing the same on the following Saturday because a big old boxing bill. But that's going to be starting at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 or 4. So if I do make a recording, it will be early on a Saturday. And yeah, blimey. Great video from France. Hugolasic 9712. Thank you. And then I've got Ben Folds. First time listener, fantastic voice and love your humour. Oh, it says humour spelt American and then in brackets British, because we have a few words that I'm saying this like you don't know. You might not know. I don't know who's listening. You may not realise that we have, although it's English, some words we spell different. I mean, we clearly pronounce things differently, like aluminium, aluminum. We call it aluminium, and we say roof, not roof, because then what would the dogs do? It must be really weird. So in America, whenever a dog barks and goes roof, roof, everyone's looking up. What? Just looking up at their roofs. What? Like, no, I'm barking. Roof. Roof. What's on the roof? Is there a ball? What is it, boy? What is it, Flipper? I'm like, no. So things like humour, Humor in America, Humour. I had to check this the other day because for neighbour, I was like, I know it's Neighbour, but every time I typed it in, it was coming out as wrong. It should be OR, because that's the American way of spelling it. And it's like, why? Why can't we just spell things the same? I mean, I'm happy either way. Then I was on the Ancestry thing the other day, and I was looking at some news clippings from the probably 1960s, and they were spelling jail, not Jail, it was GAOL, I think, or E, something like that. And this is in a newspaper. That's how jail was spelt back then. So it's not just we spell things different from other countries. We spell things different to how we used to spell them. Very confusing. Ben Folder, yeah, first time listener, fantastic voice, love your humour. Birds farting, ha ha. I'm not doing this message much justice, am I going? Ha ha. Ben Folds, that sounds like someone I know. Not don't know, but that sounds like a familiar name for some reason. I can't remember what I was talking about in that recording. It was Calm Your Mind. Oh, it was one of my more serious recordings. I subscribed and have no idea why you don't have way more subs. Fantastic channel. I agree with you. I agree. I should have way more. I think it's because I'm rubbish. That's why. Lady Rabbit's Foot says hello. So I said hello. And then Mag-Oi1MG says, hey, YouTube just pushed your videos into my recommendations. I don't know you, but keep up the good work. Hope you'll get more recognition. Thank you. So I don't know if YouTube is letting other people know that I exist. I've always wanted to be known that I existed. I've always wanted to exist. That's nice. Lady Rabbit's Foot says thank you. You're welcome. Mary Smith -Q5Y. That's catchy. Says thank you. I said you're so welcome. Thank you. These are on different videos. Dimitri says hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. What a fancy shirt you're wearing. Thanks, Jason, for another extremely relaxing sleep hypnosis session. Best regards to your co-star, Vinster. Thank you. And that was for Focus on Your Ears. No, hands. David Marchant -H5UZM 92645 Amane Woo. Another catchy one. Hi Jason, this might sound strange, like a strange question, but did you work in Stratford around 91, 92? I answered, not sure, I think I was a male model back then, or in a boy band. My memory is a bit foggy. I thought that was funny, but I didn't get a response. I actually remember him. I remember David. I remember you, David. I do. You had quite long hair. Not as long as mine, though. Mine was longer. But yours just had nicer hair. Mine was just really... bleh. But you used to go like that a lot with your hair. It was funny, I remember. It was tall, blondish hair, if I remember rightly. Friends of Andre as well, like I was. I don't know what happened to you. Did you leave? I can't remember. Anyway, glad to be a new subscriber from GetGully889. Thanks for subbing. Dimitri, it felt a bit weird to see Vince to sometimes almost freeze in a sort of strange and tense pose when he bent over his body and neared his head towards his tail. Maybe it's one of the asanas Vinny used to meditate. He studies that part of his body. That part of his anatomy he's constantly watching. He's asleep now. He's fast asleep at my feet. Completely zonked out. And what have I got? What other ones? I love this. It says Bailey's Brown. Christine, 13 days ago, says, can I see you looking trimmer? I just realised I said thank you, but that might have been a question. I'm like, can we please start to see you looking slimmer? Can you lose some weight? That might have been what... I didn't think about it like that before. I think I have... Well, I know I have lost weight, but... You know, it's... I'm down I'm kind of between 14 and a half and 15. Probably more towards 15 stone. But I'm definitely not 16 stone anymore. So I've lost that. It's like I've kept that stone off, which is a few pound, £14, £13, 9, 8. I'll buy it at 3. I don't know. It's a stone. It's 1.2 kilos? It's something like that, isn't it? Can you see? Okay. Loving seeing Vinny. This is user dash DR6RI J3I. Loving seeing Vinny. I've tried everything and nothing puts me to sleep but listening to your Apple Podcasts and your boring stories don't even bore me. I owe you so much. Thank you, Jason. Well, thank you. I got no idea who you are though. Are you on my Facebook group? Jason Newland's boring group? It sounds like if you're not, you should be. Stop flapping your ears, Vinny. He was fast asleep, and now the chip van's just arrived outside. It's so loud. It's like grinding metal. You might have heard it in the background. And it's kind of like to me, it looks like an ice cream van that's been converted with some frying material. But I'm not going out there. So I got another one at Chris PCHE. This is like a form of Buddhist metabhavana meditation mixed with hypnosis. Not a criticism, I liked it. And that was relaxation in, stress out. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I have been affected by stuff that I've done in the past, whether it's NLP, with neuro-linguistic programming, whether it's the hypnosis that I studied, whether it's books on philosophy that I've read, psychology books I've read, Buddhist books I've read, Buddhist practice, meditation, as well as counselling, doing a counselling degree, being a counsellor for a few years, and reading counselling books, as well as like nearly 20 years of experience of doing this stuff, and 54 years experience of being on the planet. I think just all different things mixed together, and I don't always know what it is that's influencing me. I just have an idea. Like, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I thought, I got an idea. Oh, what's next? Christine says, oh, you want to hear the idea? Okay. I thought that tickled me, sorry. It's the little things in life. Yep. Still little. I thought to myself, how about lying in bed or sitting in a chair, but lying in bed, closing your eyes, and then imagine yourself getting up, just noticing how you feel lying in that chair with the bed, or the bed, and your body being supported. Maybe, your limbs becoming heavy and you're feeling more relaxed and your mind slows down. And then imagine in your mind getting up and walking over to or floating over to another bed or another chair, and then relaxing there, and you become even more relaxed. And then imagine getting up, walking or floating over to another chair or another bed, and just over and over again. And I thought that'd be quite a good idea. I don't know where the idea came from. It might have just blatantly been copied. I didn't mean to copy it, but it might have just been something that someone else has done before. But it just seemed like a good idea, so I did it. The thing is, because I'm not going to say I'm a scholar, I'm many things, but I have read quite a lot of some of the old hypnosis stuff, the books from the past, from 100 years ago and stuff like that. Or even further. And some of those techniques that are kind of supposed to be cutting edge of the last 30 years maybe are maybe just adaptations of old techniques that have been used for maybe centuries. So there isn't, everything can be unique and original, but at the same time, there's still that thread going back to what's already been done before. I've probably never come up with an original idea in my life, possibly. I hope I have, but maybe I haven't. Because, even some of the most creative people have just mixed things together to come out with something original. Planes, look at planes. They've copied birds, haven't they? If it wasn't for birds, I'm sure planes wouldn't have wings. The wings weren't just like, they looked at birds and thought, oh, well, they've got wings. We've just got to find something that flaps. And eventually they thought, well, wait a minute, some of the birds don't flap. They glide. We can find a way of gliding. Make something out of balsa wood or plastic. I'm simplifying the process, but, And I'm thinking of helicopters. Do you know those things? I don't know what they're called, but you just let them drop and they flip around and they turn around. That's the closest thing I can think of to like a helicopter. But they never go up though, do they? So to me, that if I saw that, 100 years ago or whatever, and I probably would have thought, well, it's good for landing, but I don't know about taking off. But then if it lands that way, maybe if you reverse it, it will take off. There's a degree of logic in that, I suppose. The amount of things that we've just, not us, but have been copied from nature is phenomenal. I do wonder, with the technology that's about now, with ChatGPT, I use it every day. And they've changed because OpenAI owns ChatGPT. OpenAI also has an image software as well. So they do, and that's what kind of incorporate things together. So now they've improved their image technology. But what they've got now is, instead of the image just opening up, it now goes down and it shows a bit of it as it goes down to present you with the final image. So this cutting edge technology is like going back to 1998, waiting for a picture to open up on the screen. It doesn't take as long as it used to, but it's weird because, these days things just open up straight away if the internet's good enough. But to go through that process of just watching it like, oh, I wonder what's going to come up, what's the next bit going to be? And I remember that feeling back in the late 90s, waiting for images to open up. Yep. Wow. Right, so I got caught up in a moment then. So yeah, it was quite weird, although the images are getting... It's more advanced. I like ChatGPT because I've been with them for a couple of years, since they pretty much launched. There's lots of other AI stuff. But I just like the idea of learning to use one. Well, I'm no expert at all, but I know how to use it for what I need it for, and there's still a lot more to learn. But it's going to be difficult to learn all the different ones. Can you hear that? TVs are really loud downstairs. So there's a few things I want to try and do. I need to automate some of the things that I do. So I'm thinking if I can put in a title to a recording and just ask ChatGPT to create 10 different images, and then I can choose one out of the 10. Just save me some time. Create the image in a format and also create it as for a podcast and also for a YouTube video. There are AIs, apps, or editing software, AI, that can edit a video, put it in, and it'll take out all the gaps and stuff. But if you do that with me, it just won't work, because the best parts of my recordings are the gaps. They're the most interesting parts. And if there was no gaps, then it just, yeah. And it's going to be weird, because I'm kind of like a bit of a dinosaur now when it comes to someone that talks, I would say, relatively slowly on YouTube and on podcasts. And I think that's going to be a thing of the past more and more, to the point where I will be a bit of a dinosaur, like completely a bit of a relic, even more than I am now. But I guess that could work in my favour, because then it would be my URL, unique USP, unique selling penis. No, it would be my catch or whatever. My uniqueness. Because I think it won't be long before, still, if you go through YouTube, how often can you find someone who talks slowly? The amount of if I put this through the editor, one of those editors that takes out the gaps, it would be... some people would probably prefer that. But that's part of the thing as well, because if someone's listening to this and they're struggling to follow what I'm saying because I'm talking too slowly and I'm not getting to the point, that's part of the process, where that person may drift off because they're just bored, because I'm not keeping their interest in a way that perhaps they would have if I was talking really quickly with no gaps, and the next sentence starting just as the last sentence finished. Sometimes it's at the same time. So, and that's the end of the sentence. Now this is, and literally sentence and now are kind of at the same time. It's not for me. And it's a shame because some videos, I like YouTube a lot. And it's not just YouTube, I mean Instagram, wherever. And there's a lot of useful stuff on there which are helpful for just, I guess, tutorials, instructional videos. But it's hard for me to watch something that's so fast, like blah, 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 like it, too fast, too quick. There was a TV program called The Bear, and it was about a kitchen, a chef in a kitchen. I couldn't watch it. It was too fast, too much, too fast, too quick, too just. In the same way, if I'm watching something on telly, a movie, and I don't always get what's being said, and I realise I thought it was my hearing, but if something's said too quick, I don't grasp it. It doesn't. I just can't. I don't hear it. And sometimes I'll rewind and I still don't hear what's said, even though I'm listening. Can't, because it's too fast. Now, that might just mean that I am super unintelligent and I've got a very slow brain. And maybe I'm as, I don't know. But I can't do fast things. I can't be around people who talk really quickly. Well, that's not true. I can be around them, but and sometimes I talk quickly. Occasionally, if I'm excited, I might talk quickly. But that's not my default. My default is just taking my time. And I notice more when I'm around two other people. See, when I'm around one person, sometimes they listen to me, sometimes they're not listening. Other times, if there's two people, I'll be talking and they're literally just talking over me, not listening, because I'm just talking too slowly. And I'm like, well, no one's listening. I'll actually say that out loud. Why is no one listening? Arrgh. I mean, there was this part in the park, my friend, the neighbours, she picked her daughter up, and one of her friends, who I say hello to, was in the park as well. So we just sat at the benches, and there was another parent was sitting with us, and he was talking, and he was like, just telling jokes and talking. I couldn't get a word in, so I just kept quiet. I said a few things and she's ignored me. As soon as he went away, she gave all her attention to me. I had to have a little break then. Vinny was barking at the door. I think someone might have knocked on the door, but I can't see. I can't see through the door, obviously, but I don't know. He was barking at something. So, I got no idea what I was talking about. Being super intelligent and super quick. That's it. Yeah. It's 8 o'clock now. 4 minutes past 8. I think I'm going to have an early night. I might go to bed about 8:30, 9. I'm normally in bed by 10. Normally. Maybe I'll go to bed 8:30. Perhaps listen to the radio or something. I don't do that. I only listen to the radio at night on a Friday and Saturday and maybe Sunday night. The rest of the week I don't. But occasionally it can be quite cool to do that. So maybe I will. So tomorrow's Friday. I didn't go to jiu-jitsu tonight. I haven't actually felt particularly well the last few days. I had a bit of a weird night last night. Didn't feel particularly great. So I got up, had my breakfast, watched TV for a little bit, did a bit of internet stuff, bit of podcast stuff, and then I went back to bed till about 10:30. So that was a late one for me. And got up, and before I know it, the day's done. But then technically I've only been up for 10 hours. Apart from the fact that I woke up at 5. But yeah. So Friday tomorrow. Saturday's boxing. Got boxing at the weekend. Got more than one thing going on in boxing. So that's good. Hopefully I will have a pizza while I watch my boxing on Saturday. And then next Saturday. So next week is just... Well, not just. It's a week. It's another week. I'll make more recordings, but what I might try and do... Tomorrow I've got the Q&A Friday, so I'll do that. I've only got about 3 questions to answer, so please go to Jason Newland's Boring Group on Facebook. Ask me some questions. Or you could just post on YouTube, question for Q&A Friday, and post that, and I'll add that. I'll ask those questions. Answer those questions rather tomorrow. So, and I'll mention your name as well. So if you've got a YouTube logo is Bobby Dobby La Bobby 7596543456, maybe just put your name. It's like Haley, or whatever your name is, and I can say, hey Haley. And I suppose I could just read out the name on YouTube. That's fine as well. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to go and check to see if someone was at the door, because it might be important. So thank you for listening. Remember to be kind to yourself, because you do deserve to be happy. And check out the video I did earlier. You might like it. There's a couple of quite interesting bits, I think. So see you later. Lots of love. Bye.